Frequency Podcast Network. Stories that matter, podcasts that resonate.
Big Headlines is proudly supported by Canadian Blood Services. 10 days into the U.S.-Israel war with Iran, and a new supreme leader has been named, while in Canada, a proposed debate on the conflict is planned in the House of Commons. Hi, I'm Virjesh Dave. This is Big Headlines, everything you need to know to be in the know in just 5 minutes. Day 10 of the war on Iran, and the regime has named a new leader. This as our MPs meet in Ottawa today to discuss how to help Canadians in the region. The Ayatollah was killed when the United States and Israel launched airstrikes on Iran. His 56-year-old son has now been named the new supreme leader, even after U.S. President Donald Trump said this would be an unacceptable choice, and Israel vowed to target any successor. Alex Vitanka is a senior fellow at the Middle East Institute.
The appointment of Mujtaba Khamenei is the reflection of the fact that the hardliners in that system now have the upper hand. Not only are they saying they're going to continue this fight, at least in the short term militarily, but they're also saying politically they have a game plan.
As the war in the Middle East rages on, the benchmark oil price has passed $100 a barrel for the first time since 2022. Another Iranian ballistic missile has been shot down by NATO over Turkish airspace, the second since last week. Israel's military has been hitting central Iran and in Lebanon's capital. And countdown to a proposed debate here in Canada today, set for the House of Commons later this evening. That'll be focused on the spiraling situation in the Middle East. This after Prime Minister Mark Carney had a call with President Trump. So what could Canadian involvement in Iran exactly look like? Host Maria Costain speaks with postdoctoral fellow at the Canadian Global Affairs Institute, Alexander Salt, on the Big Story podcast.
You know, Ottawa has said it isn't closing the door on potentially sending Canadian military into the region. What could Canadian involvement in Iran or in the region widely look like?
So the Canadian military's ability to participate in the region is fairly limited. Right? We don't have a large military. We certainly do not have significant forces deployed to the region. We do have some personnel. The government, as far as I'm able to tell, has not directly said how many, but the immediate participation that could occur would be basically staff officers. So these are officers who are stationed with the United States or with partner regions in the region. So Qatar, for example, I believe there's some Canadian personnel and some other like neighboring states there. And what staff officers do are basically help command and control. They assist with planning, coordinating, and administrative tasks.
You can listen to the full episode wherever you get your podcasts. Also making big headlines, 3 federal by-elections are set for next month that could lead to a Liberal majority. Voters will head to the polls in 1 Quebec and 2 Ontario ridings on April 13th. Advance voting will be open from April 3rd to the 6th at local polling stations or anytime before April 7th at Elections Canada offices. The application to vote by mail is also due April 7th. The Liberals currently have 169 MPs in the House of Commons. That's just 3 seats short of the 172 needed to secure a majority government. The Conservatives currently hold 141 seats. The Bloc Québécois have 22. There are 7 members of the NDP, and the Greens have just 1 seat. In recent months, 3 Conservative MPs defected from their party to join the Liberals, upping their seat count since the federal election. The Federal NDP are set to choose their next leader this month, with voting now open for party members. They can cast online and mail-in votes starting today, with an opportunity for in-person voting at the party's convention in Winnipeg this month. There are 5 candidates who have their sights set on being the new federal NDP leader: Abby Lewis, Heather McPherson, Rob Ashton, Tennille Johnson, and Tony McQuail. They recently squared off at a final debate in BC where the trade tensions with the U.S. were a big topic, McPherson calling for relations with that country to be scaled back.
We have a trade relationship with this president, and he broke it. So any trade relationship he makes going forward, he is just as likely to break.
The candidates are competing for the position left open by Jagmeet Singh, who resigned following a loss in the recent federal election. Candidates will make their final pitches to voters at the party convention in Winnipeg before the new leader is announced on March 29th. Canadians appear to be drinking less, with new data showing fewer sales at liquor stores. Statistics Canada reports a 1.6% drop in sales in 2025, and that marks 4 consecutive years of falling sales. Carleton University professor Rod Phillips specializes in the history of alcohol and says the reasons for the drop vary.
Well, I'm not surprised because it's not just Canada where this is happening. It's certainly the case throughout North America and Europe and in many other places that alcohol consumption has been going down for the last 5-10 years.
Experts say the trend can be attributed to affordability, increased awareness about alcohol's health risks, and the fact that people are going out to dance less frequently. Natalie Wilkie won Canada's first gold medal at the Milan Cortina Paralympics on Sunday with a first-place finish in the women's standing para-biathlon competition, while PEI's Mark Arends claimed silver in the men's race on Sunday. Wilkie's from Salmon Arm, BC, and finished in 33 minutes, 1.8 seconds, over half a minute ahead of China. Ukraine took bronze. This is the 4th career Paralympic gold medal for the Canadian flag bearer and her 9th Paralympic medal overall. She won silver in the women's standing sprint on Saturday. And today, Canada also won bronze in the visually impaired Super G. So far, Canada's got 7 medals at these games. Competition continues through March 15th. Now you're in the know. Thanks for listening. Big Headlines is proudly supported by Canadian Blood Services. Experience what you get when you give. You can make an appointment by visiting blood.ca, the Give Blood app, or call 1-800-2DONATE to book a donation appointment. Make sure you follow, share, and review Big Headlines. Enrica Amaturo is our lead producer. I'm Virjesh Dave. We'll talk to you tomorrow.